Hello everyone, my name is Alexander, and in today's video we are gonna talk about the different neighborhoods of Valencia. But it's not like the last video that I talk about the good neighborhood, bad neighborhoods or normal neighborhoods. In today's video we have chosen 4 different locations. Each of them location is really great, and the point is that every location that we choose has its own singularity. So let's start with the first one. Let's go. Okay guys, the first neighborhood that we choose, it's called Malilla. But we are not gonna talk about Malilla in general. For today's video, we choose this specific location. This location of the neighborhood, it's located crossing the bridge behind the Hospital La Fe. In this area, you can find a lot of urbanization, a couple of urbanizations and houses. But these houses and these urbanizations are completely new. This area of this neighborhood are started building like around 3 or 4 years, something like that, and completely all houses that you can find are completely new. You can find options for rent and you can find options for purchase. In majority of the cases they are gonna be like 2, 3 or 4 bedrooms, and the prices can go with furniture and without furniture. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the prices that you can find in this urbanization or in these houses. If we're talking about rental prices, normally the average price for rent in this area is around 1,500 euros. I'm talking about apartments with 2 bedrooms. Rarely you can find something with 3 or 4 bedrooms right now. And if you're talking about selling or buying a property, if you want to buy a property, I would recommend you to have 400,000 euros, 500,000 euros, because this is the average price. And I also want to say that right now, currently in this area, you will not find a lot of options. If you're talking about rent, you can find 4 or 5 options. And if you want to buy something, maybe 5, 6, maximum 7 options. Because this is a new area, this is a new location that started building a couple of years ago, so there's no more options. And if something appears, it's really fast. Someone try to buy it or someone try to rent the property. Also, I have to say, let's talk about the singularity of this neighborhood. This is a residential only neighborhood right now. You will not find bars, you will not find any restaurants, schools in this area. Absolutely all these services are located crossing the bridge. But in this area, it's just a residential area for living. Honestly, this area is perfect for families who want peace, who want to live with their family without any noise of the city. This is a really nice place. But I also have to say that in this area in the future, the community of Valencia approved a big project, a big complex, that in this complex there is gonna be restaurants, bars, cinema, entertainment. And if you're talking about when they're gonna start it and how much time it will take, honestly I don't know. But when these big complexes are gonna be built completely, this area will be even more popular than right now. So if you are interested, you can find some different apartments, you can find some different places to live in this area. It's a really nice place if you have money and if you are, for example, a familiar person. I would recommend you this area 100%. Okay, we are right now in the second neighborhood. It's called Patraix. This is also a really nice neighborhood. The difference between the first one is that this neighborhood it's way more noisy. In the streets there are always people, teenagers, adults, old people. So if you're an active person, I would recommend you 100% this area. And right now I'm currently in the park, so we are gonna see it from the inside. So let's go. Okay guys, what can you find in this neighborhood? You can find absolutely everything. Bars, restaurants, shopping centers, grocery shops, absolutely everything. What I like about this neighborhood is its location. This neighborhood is surrounded by the neighborhoods of Tres Forques, of the neighborhoods of Arrancapins and Safranar. Really nice. So you have everything nearby. Also, this neighborhood has really nice communications. You have metro in the middle of the neighborhood and you have a lot of bus communication to every part of the city. Okay, you also will find a big shop when you can buy fish, when you can buy meat, when you can buy fruits and when you can buy vegetables. This is a really big, not too much big, but really nice place, and I will show you in the end of this video because it's a really nice place. And right now we are gonna talk about a little bit the prices of buying a property and the prices of rent a property. So let's change the location and I will tell you everything. So let's talk a little bit about the prices, about the different prices that you can find in this area. You can find rental options, but they are really limited. In fact, there are more options for selling an apartment. In general, the average price for selling is around 290,000 euros. And let's going back to the rental prices. In average rental price, to feel more comfortable, I would recommend you to have 1,400 euros and 1,500 euros. Yes, you can find prices a little bit more lower, but I will not recommend them because in majority of the cases, these options are for short-term rental. So if you are visiting Valencia, it's a really nice option, but if you are searching something for long-term, I recommend you to have as minimum 1,400 euros. Okay, behind me you can find the municipal market of Patraix. I want to show you this because yes, in this area you can find Consum, you can find Mercadona, but in majority of the cases, like the old people or the normal age people, middle age, always buy in this market because it's cheaper and you can find absolutely everything. You can find meat, you can find vegetables, you can find fruit, absolutely everything that you need. Okay guys, right now I'll show you the street. Now I want to go inside and see what you can find there. Let's go.
Tell me about this neighborhood.
About this neighborhood, okay. This neighborhood is called Gran Via. It's located in the district of Ensanche. This is really small but really cozy neighborhood in Spain because, in Spain, in Valencia, I can say. It's located near the River Turia, in front of the River Turia and in front of the Aragon bridge, which leads to the neighborhood of Mestalla. What can I tell about this neighborhood? It has absolutely everything. It's considered one of the luxurious neighborhoods that you can find in Valencia, and you can find bars, you can find restaurants, shopping centers, Mercadona, and you have a lot of entertainment around this neighborhood because in the west you have the Turia River, in the west you have the neighborhood of Rusafa, and in the north you lead to the city center. It's really near, connected by the street of Colón. If you ask me about the prices, as you can understand, the prices are quite high in this neighborhood because when we talk about rent to rent a property, for example, the majority of the prices goes around 1,600 euros, 1,700 euros. And there are even more luxury options. I'm talking about apartments that cost around 500,000 per month. This is too much. And the same goes with selling prices. If you want to purchase an apartment, in average, you can find options by 700,000, 750,000 euros. And there are even more luxury options, the same with the rent, and you can find options that exceed 1 million euros, 1.5 million euros. This is a really nice, cozy neighborhood to live, but the prices are really too much for a majority of the people. In this neighborhood, as you can see, you can find a lot of things. You can find apartments in these incredible buildings. buildings with this old style. So if honestly you have the possibility to live here, you will not regret it. It's near the city center, you have everything around, you have private schools, so this is a really nice and cozy place to live.
This best information. Thank you.
Thank you for asking. Okay everyone, as I said before, the Gran Via neighborhood is located in front of the river Turia. As you can see in my right there is the neighborhood and in my left there is the river Turia, really near. I also have to say that behind me they are located the Aragon bridge, as I said before, that leads to the neighborhood of Mestalla. That's the next neighborhood that we are gonna analyze and the last one for this video. So we end with this neighborhood and we are gonna move on to the next one. So let's go. Right now we're located in the neighborhood of Mestalla. This neighborhood is really great. It has a big stadium with the same name, by the way. It's called the Stadium Mestalla. And the big building that you see behind me, it's called Edificio Europa or Building Europa. This building is full of offices. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the neighborhood in general. In this neighborhood you can find nice apartments and nice buildings. Yes, the buildings are not new, but they look pretty cozy, not gonna lie. If you talk about options for rent, you can find some big apartments. There are some big apartments left for this neighborhood, but in general all the opportunities that you will find are for students. People who rent rooms for students, because near this neighborhood we have the Polytechnic. It's a big university that we have in Valencia. If you talk about the prices for rooms, for example, the prices goes from 150 €150 to 300 euros. In general, obviously students are trying to find more cheaper options like 200, 220, something like that. If you talk about normal rent, the prices goes from 1,400 euros per month to 1,500 euros per month. We are talking about options with 2-3 bedrooms. In some of the cases you can find 4 bedrooms, I'm sorry, but this is really rare. And the last options is for selling or for buying options, that in general we can talk about 2-3 bedroom options for 400,000 or even 500,000. Like the normal prices are these 400,000 and 500,000 for almost every options that you can find in this neighborhood.